Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Hot Rod Bob, and you've got gas. Now, I've talked a number of times about how we have car clubs, social organizations, and a way to get in touch with other people with similar likes and passions about their cars. Well, why not? Right now, I did. I just joined a new car club. The car club's called the Gentleman Driving Club. Now, a lot of you may say, gentlemen, oh, wait a minute, that's a little sexist there. Only gentlemen? Well, no, it's actually based on the definition used at Le Mans, and that was the gentleman as a driver, meaning a non professional driver. Now, the club is made up of both non and professional drivers, but it's also made up of car enthusiasts. It is a worldwide organization and it has its own Facebook page. So I've gotten involved with that and I will enjoy it and become part of it. As a matter of fact, they're asking me to be one of their ambassadors. So I may just do that here in the Southern California area. Hi, Rapid Robbie Roth. You're the first one that tuned in this morning. I started just a shade early. Uh, just got off a 1 hour meeting that lasted 2 hours. So things are moving along pretty good. Hi, Jay Black. Corey Weaver, welcome this morning. And again, we started out GAAS, the Great American Auto Scene. You've got GAAS, the morning edition. And I talked about car clubs in the past as a great way to promote not only your enthusiasm, but get in touch with other people that have similar likes and interests. Now, the club I just joined, called the Gentleman's Driving Club, is one based on the premise that not everyone's a professional driver, although I just did meet a couple of professional drivers, including one that has won the Daytona 24-hour, Mr. Papalopoulos. And it's a great thing. And that's one of the great parts of joining car clubs. And you get to meet people, you get to share information, you get to learn more about the inside workings of a specific car or type of motorsports event. And that's something I'm enjoying doing every chance I get. Now, many of you know me from Irwindale Speedway and Drag Strip, where I currently work. Well, not currently working. Our dictator in charge has decided we cannot have events. So I'm sitting here in my house, in my office right now, and we can't go in the studio and do the regular gas show. But what we are doing is we're still doing talking about cars and gas in this type of a format. So you can listen to Talking About Cars on KNX and radio.com, and you can see my gas every morning right here on Facebook. Now we're trying to get the old crew together and do a recorded show, just like we used to do every week. That'll be Joe Walla, Anna Octane, Randy Cardoon, myself, maybe even get Bruce involved again. And we'll do a recorded show, 1 hour, 1.5 hours in length, and get that back on the roll. Now we see a lot of people tuning in this morning. Thank you. Hey, Danny Santos, thank you for joining us this morning, along with Corey Weaver, Jay Black, and Rapid Robbie Roth. The word is on opening tracks ain't going to happen for a while. They're saying now not till at least stage 3, possibly stage 4, and our governor in charge has decided that it's not going to happen for possibly 3 to 4 months. I'm hoping that's not the case, but we'll have to play it by ear. Hey, Lisa, how are you doing this morning? But we're working on it. NHRA has just announced the reopening of drag racing, and that is going to be happening. I don't think any professional driver would try driving my van. You know what? You might be surprised, Robbie, because a lot of people have driven different types of cars. Now, one of the things that I had to do during the meeting this morning with the new car club, I might say, Angel, was explain why I'm here and why I'm one of the ambassadors. And I felt like I was outclassed because the people that I were talking with were professional drivers, driver training instructors. They operated racetracks. They were involved heavily in the racing industry. Most of them were driving those funny cars with the engine stuck in the back, Porsches. Well, and here I was, the oddball with hot rods and a Corvette. So it was interesting to meet these guys. Hi, Jason. How are you doing? And Minnesota must be nice this time of year, at least not too cold, not too hot, right? Well, Same thing here, although LA is getting really hot today. We understand they've got a heat warning at 92 plus degrees. And Lisa's doing good as well. Let's see what the temperature is going to be here. I look at my handy dandy electric watch here, and it says, oh, we're going to have a heat wave, 78 degrees here at the beach. So it's going to be a really nice day for us. Uh, I'm still locked up in the house, so it's really not going to be much, but there's some car stuff. I'm doing some things. I was reworking some of my slot car stuff the other day. Didn't tell my wife about that, though. Trying to reorganize things for her. And I'm going to take some stuff over to the garage and get things set up there. 100 in the valley today, Mike St. Angel. Now you know why I don't live there any longer. It's so much nicer up here. Like I said, a heat wave in the beach communities here in Central California are always cool and comfortable. We're going to get up to the upper 70s today. Yeah, okay, no big deal. Upper 70s are great. Now, for those of you that are watching from overseas, which we do have some people that tune in from Europe, Bahrain, uh, you name it, they're on here. Italy and the United Kingdom. We use Fahrenheit. We don't use centigrade. And I frankly cannot figure out centigrade. Hey, Mr. NHRA, Phil Hoffman is on with us right now. Robert Ross is 99 degrees in where are you, Robert? San Bernardino, that's where he's at. Alan, how are you doing this morning? And Rebecca, 90 degrees in La Habra. Ooh, what's 78 inside? Yeah, inside here, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm thinking about putting a long sleeve shirt on. And I don't have air conditioning. That just stays nice and cool and comfortable in my house. All right, so car clubs, very important part of the auto industry and the auto hobby. Now, there are clubs forming all over the place still. And Dick Mosley says they want to go Nitro Princess Racing. Really? What is Nitro Princess Racing? Just give me some information here, and we'll see how that is. Now, I've done it. I found out a trick that I can do, and it's not today because I'm using my computer for today's gas. But if I use my phone for gas, some of you who are also on your phone can actually communicate and talk with me live. So starting next week, I'm going to try doing that. We'll see how that works out and let you be part of the show. So let's think about that for next Monday or maybe tomorrow. This is only Thursday. We'll see. Scott Graham, how are you doing today? 71 degrees in St. George, Utah. Scott Graham, one of the Sheriff's Department drag race team drivers, has got a great Barracuda. Love second generation Barracudas, especially the fast packs. Rebecca says, sign me up. Yeah, we'll get you. And Jason in Ottawa, Owatonna. Where's Owatonna? Oh, yeah, okay. Montana, 52 degrees, cool and comfortable. Robert Roth, he's in a Dodge minivan club. Well, why not? There are clubs all over the place. And this new club that I'm just joining up with and going to become an ambassador. They don't call them reps, they call them ambassadors again. This is a club based out of Europe. It's a gentleman driving club. They put on or try to put on, at this point, no one's putting anything on, hill climbs, road rallies, and track days. So it's people with cars that like to drive them hard. Some of them are professional racers. Some of them are racer instructors, driving instructors. They have a varied background. They all seem to gravitate to sports cars and GT cars, but they're having fun. And that's important to me when it comes to the car hobby. Phil Hoffman is saying he thinks he can also do a via Facebook video on the computer. You know, I don't know. With the phone, I can bring you on live and you can actually talk. Alan is the Corvair Nationals in San Diego 2021. You know, that's something I'd like to get to. I'm a fan of the Corvairs. I specifically like the last generation of the Corvairs because they changed the rear suspension a bit. The car got a little bit longer, a little bit more stylish. I'd love to have a Corvair as a daily driver if I could figure out how to put air conditioning in it. That's a big thing for me. Mr. Abrams is 86 degrees, feels like 91. Antigua. Wow. All right. So again, We've got people from all over the world watching GAAS, the Great American Auto Scene, and I do appreciate it. I'm sorry I don't have a better planned show today. The meeting that I was in was supposed to be a 1 hour meeting. It ended up being a 2 hour meeting, and just got out of it just in time to log on here this morning. But cars, hey, that's what we're all about. So I'm Hot Rod Bob. You've got GAAS the Morning Edition, a little bit shorter version. Tomorrow we'll do a full-fledged one. Let's say Alan's saying a few V8 powered at the convention. Yeah, the Crown conversion was real popular on Corvairs to an extent. I mean, as much as they could make. And I've seen a number of them that never got finished, but I've seen a few that are nice, and they are done and looking good. Hi, Cassie. How are you doing? Oh, no problem, Cassie. We won't give you any demerits for being late today. All right, so we can talk about what, Alan? In view that you're watching this and talking about V8 powered Corvairs, tomorrow we'll do the show about the Corvair. I know, Naders Raiders. Let's do it. Unsafe at any speed was more a description of Nader than the car, but the car did have its quirks. Let's talk about that tomorrow. We'll do a show tomorrow on the Corvair. I'll bring out some information. Alan, if you get on with your phone tomorrow, I'll bring you on and we can have some conversations about it. Marlon Mitchell's just tuning in from Marlowe's Alignment. And, got to recommend our friends. And Marlon's got a great shop there. He did the disc brake conversion for me on my Maverick, and has done stuff for my wife's car as well. Will Davidson, I'm going to have a great day. And you do too. All right, guys, I got to go. Hot Rod Bob saying goodbye. You've got GAAS. The morning edition is brought to you by Irwindale Speedway, Irwindale Drag Strip. We hope to get racing going again once our dictator or governor in charge releases the masses and lets us congregate again. NHRA has announced their reopening. I've got the National Hot Rod Reunion now being rescheduled for August. The Ford Show scheduled for Irwindale Drag Strip in October. So a lot of things are getting rescheduled, not totally canceled. Hang in for that. I'm hoping that things open up in Europe because I'm supposed to be over at Santa Pod Raceway in July for their big Dragstalgia event. So I'm going to get there. All right. Poor Corvair, so much potential. It was. And the guy at, well, I'll tell you about the Stinger Corvair tomorrow. And it was a potent car. He fortuned some fits, too. It had the potential. It just didn't have the push from Chevrolet as everyone was going to V8 front engine cars and rear engine. The Corvair way ahead of its time for an American car. Behind times for a European car. All right, Alan's just sent me a link for some photos. I'll take a look at that in a little bit. You guys have a great day. I'm Hot Rod Bob. You've got GAAS, the morning edition. Take care, folks. We'll talk to you more tomorrow. I figure out how to turn now. Oh, there we go.